So just like when we do the subfloor glue and screws and glue is super important to keep things from squeaking. If you're walking around your house and you got a squeaky floor, or you're walking on your staircase and it squeaks, it's because somebody didn't glue it and screw it. It's very important. So that's what we're doing here right now, putting that on and attaching them together. So the riser of the one step will be glued to the back of the tread on the other step. And we've got glue on here, attaching it to the stringer, and also glue on the back of here. And we're working our way all the way down the staircase. Now, I do not like seeing screws on the surface, on the top portion of the stairs. To me, it doesn't look professional. So, we bury them all down underneath, so you cannot see anything. We toe screw them up. This just takes two people, because somebody's got to hold it down firmly for you when you screw it in. And also on the backs here, I'm screwing it in. You got to be careful here because it is pine that I'm using. It does split often on the knots, close to knots, but on the grain of the wood, it will sometimes split. Turn the light on might help you. Whoa, look at that. Clarity, folks. So Anneesa is my lovely assistant, as always. They're a little sawdusty. So once these are all on, then we're going to be lacquering them all yet. The other thing is, as I'm going, I am moving them over. So right now, you can see this is sticking past just a hair, and so I have to move my stringer. In and out to make sure it's flush here and tight to the wall. That wraps up the stairs. Anneesa's gonna tape it all off here now, get ready for your thing, but it is all done. Well, other than the top piece, I got to finish that off. But I don't think I need to show you how I do that. So now you know how easy it is to build stairs. It takes a little bit of thinking, a little bit of work, but it is definitely possible, and I think you can make your own stairs as well.
Михаил, мой дядя. Это моя семья. Это мой отец. Моя мать. Ее зовут Наталья. Мой папа и моя мама.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Arend Feenstra. You are watching Countryside Acres, and it is a gorgeous day. Dobre utro. We got a bunch of work done yesterday. I did not film a whole lot out here, but I can show you. So this trench is finally done. Hang on, let me back you up. Whoop, there we go. We got this trench filled in. Obviously it still needs a little bit of prettying and touching up, but it's more or less filled in. So now we have lines running from the house to the schoolhouse, bunkie, and all the way out here to the shop. And there they come out of the ground. Right there. Last night we laid out the posts, Wes and I. So they're not all quite in the right spot, but pretty close. And we're gonna set all these up today for our pole barn. We were unable to find treated posts. In Canada, we would always buy pressure treated posts, green ones, and they're rot resistant. We will treat these after, but right now it's crucial for us to get them in the ground. We are surrounding them in sand, so there won't be any moisture trapped around the post, and the water will be able to run through the sand to the tile. We have a perimeter tile, drainage tile all the way around, and it runs down the hill in the far corner, but it runs through all of these trenches everywhere. So any water that comes into the trench will run through the sand. You should know by now I always try to backfill with sand, not clay. The water will run through, hit the drainage tile, and go away. Or it might go into the soil too, but the idea is that there will be no water around the post, which will also help prevent rot. It typically rots right at ground level, and so we will be treating them after. But for now, it's going to get real cold the end of this week. We want to get these posts all standing today. Show you that process, as long as I don't forget to videotape it. At the moment, we're going to set our batter boards up. We did this before. That's a batter board. That batter board is for the cross section that runs through the middle of the shop here. But all the other ones got knocked down. The excavator guy, excellent job, but he was determined to get rid of my batter boards, I think, because they're all down, except for that guy. Oh, maybe one post in the far. One post right there. That's it. That's okay. I would have liked if they were still up though, because then I didn't have to do the math again, but they were kind of in his way, so he took them out. We will put them up now again. The batter boards, if you're not familiar, they are meant to put string on, and that tells us where the corner is. So we can put a batter board here. I don't know why it's called a batter board, it's just what we call it. You put a stake in there, run a board across. On that board I can put a screw or a nail, and it will be perfectly lined up with the other side, and it'll tell us where the posts go. We can do this line, we can do one line for here, and what the important part is where these two lines meet, that number or that spot, we will measure from it to the far corner, and from this corner to this corner, and that measurement has to be the same, and then we know we have a square building. That's important because we don't want to build it unsquare, if that makes any sense. So that's what we're going to work on right now. Get the string lines up. I think the ferocious are coming at some point, and hopefully we can get all these posts up. In case you're wondering, the straw in here, we put that the other day to protect the concrete, so there is a little bit of straw on every single one of these to keep them warm. It's not needed now anymore. Just while the concrete was curing, we had a big layer of fluffy snow to help keep the heat in. Probably wasn't necessary because it was like 0, -1. It wasn't very cold when we poured the concrete, but just in case we didn't want to wreck the integrity of the concrete, we insulated it. It can all come out now. We'll just leave it in the trench, kick it in the middle somewhere, and backfill around it. Not a big deal. So let's get at it. All right, so this is one of the ones that get knocked off. That's okay. It pulled out of the ground in one piece. So what we do is put a stake in the ground, good and firm, so it doesn't move. Wes is pounding it in. If everybody wish the boy a happy birthday, when you see this video, he'll already be much older. But today is your birthday, right?
Yeah.
How old?
15.
Isn't that insane? I still remember bringing you home from the hospital. I remember you being born. I remember being at the hospital. And it was a wild ride because shortly after you were born, it became apparent your lungs weren't working properly within a few hours, and we had to rush you off to Hamilton Sick Kids Hospital, where you spent, I want to say it was like 10 days or something. You don't remember any of that, do you, little baby? It was a scary time, man. Very scary time. I'm very thankful that you're here today. You're a good help to me. Okay? God blessed us with many wonderful children, but they each have their own memorable stories, and it was terrifying. We figured he wasn't going to make it, and Anneesa could probably share that story much better than I can, but basically they couldn't get an IV into him in the small hospital we were in. They couldn't give the care they needed, and we were waiting for the ambulance team to come. But in order to get him stabilized, they had to get this IV in, and they couldn't do it. And so it was pretty tense, pretty scary, a good test of faith again. I had two of my brothers come out, my brother Will and my brother Marcel, both came out to the hospital, and they prayed with us and prayed over Wes right around the same time as the ambulance came and rushed him off to Sick Kids. And obviously everything turned out great because he's a healthy, robust 15-year-old now, doing good. No issues with your lungs? No, except maybe when you have to run.
No, it's dusty.
Dusty, well yeah, everybody has that problem, right? Do you have a problem with dust? I think so.
I used to have
Are you glad you have a brother? Yeah, me too. So anyway, scary stuff, but it all turned out good in the end. All right, little more progress. Ladder boards, one up there. We got the post set for this one. We gotta put it on yet. The back one's up right over there. I got the middle one right over. Oh, that's not the middle one. There's two over here. That's the middle one. That's the end one. Zoomed in too far. One over here and one over here. Now we're going to cut some more stakes. Every post that gets set up is going to need a stake in the ground to hold it with a brace, 2x4 brace to keep the posts from moving over. These metal posts only get one to keep them from going this way. The end one gets one going that way and one going out to keep the whole line from moving this way. So that's what we're working on now, getting ready. And then we're going to set our string line. Once we get our string line set, then we know where the posts are going to go. And then the magic begins.
She's thinking, concentrating. She doesn't want to get her legs. She will forever have a picture in the family history book if she gets it wrong. Doing an excellent job. It's the problem I always found. You have this vision of what you want it to look like in your head, and by the time you get going on the project, you realize it never works out that way. So we'll see what she works, see what happens here. I think it'll look lovely either way.
I sent Anna a picture of that cake because it's so good. You got a rough life. Rough life, kitty. Rough life.
You gonna hold that post down?
Yeah.
All right, string lines are just about up. So we need to make sure we have our measurements across this way right. Oh, bag her up. And the other way right, and then our cross measurements. So it took a little bit of doing, but we got her. And now we're gonna run up the back wall of the shop here. Masterskaya wall. And then it's coffee time. It's very time consuming, and it just, yeah, anyway, it needs to get done. It's very important, or everything after this will all be crooked and make a mess. It won't be good. Still amazing the amount of changes around here in a short amount of time. Wonderful flag, wonderful house, wonderful tractor, wonderful schoolhouse, container, root cellar, and now soon to be a shop.
Oh, it's blue. It's bluer than the white. Yeah, exactly. The white is hose. Yeah, tasting it. I just like tasting it. Then I looked over. There's more. Cheese again. That does not look blue.
Looks a little purple.
It's like a purplyish.
Might need more.
There's that. All right, we're getting some posts set, finally. Lumpy ground. Fairly straightforward process, as long as you get your first one set properly. First one set, it's staked both ways, level, and now you can measure from there over for every single post. You can see we got lateral 2x4s holding them all together for the right spacing. And then we've got some on an angle here that's bracing them side to side. So we're gonna make our way all the way around. It's just about lunchtime now. Another post coming in here. Now these are a fair bit longer than we need, but they come 6 meters. And we're gonna pick the lowest side of the shop, the shortest post basically, and we'll cut them all off to the same height. Another one going in there. They're setting on the concrete posts, or on concrete footings down below.
Hold on, you're back in the mud again.
Hey, up! Hey! Oh, okay, whatever.
All right, 2 more to go. We got 11 done, I think, out of 45, something like that.
Dun, 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 dun.
Nice beer. Put my
Yeah.
candies in here. I need this hydrant.
I think it's supposed to go the other way. Will it fit on at all? Little party hat for Wes. Ainsley made it herself. Nice. You look like one of those old soldier hats.
You need to work with that the rest of the day, but anyway.
That'll keep you warm.
I'm a unicorn.
Pretty impressive, Cora. Oh,
Beautiful.
let's see. She's making a piece of art. Nobody will want to eat it.
Hey, Mom.
This cat does not know what it got itself into by accepting our family. Tail just a twitching. It's like, I'm not impressed. Why?
And it goes away when it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
No. And then that.
Very productive day. We got almost all the posts up. We got another 5 posts to do for tomorrow. Anyway, it's late enough. Well, it's not even that late, but it's dark outside. So rather than working by tractor light, we'll finish it tomorrow. You guys are noisy.
I got the cat.
You got the cat.
This is a nice cat.
Nice cat.
Down.
Be nice to the kitty. Anyway, it's Wesley's birthday as well, so I wanted to get most of it done because it is going to get cold soon, so we're going to try to finish it up tomorrow. And now we can have some cake and spend some time together as a family. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. We'll catch you all in another one. As always, like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't already, check out our Countryside Corner channel. There's lots of good footage there as well. Interviews with other expats as well as with our family. And some good quality question and answer time. You can also check us out on Boosty, on X, on Telegram, on not sure where else, but all the links are generally down in the description of every video, so go check those out. Catch you all later, guys. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Wesley. Happy birthday to you. Lord bless you today. Lord bless you today. Lord bless you and keep you. Lord bless you.
been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in